Miss N came to me with a consultation for her business. She is a jeweler, one of these fine jewelries, handcrafted jewelries, new agey types, something like this. And she makes her own finely handcrafted jewelry, right? She has a very good knowledge of gemstones, and she suggests even which are the healing stones and so on and so forth, right? So what prompted this lady to become a fine jeweler kind of thing? Handcrafted jeweler, what's the line? What's the career path there? By the end of this video, I hope you will get some hints about how to study her D1 and D10 chart and what prompted that. Let's roll the intro. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen, D1 and D10 career analysis for case studies. Okay, we'll do some case studies. Take the charts of real people, imaginary people, and try to dissect how best we can cover this in, 10 parts, 20 parts. I'll take it how much ever I can, just so that we get a clear understanding. Now, what other considerations? I'm cutting it down in this case study series. Only these basic conditions which are listed there. Let's go through them quickly one by one. There can be many combinations, but I'm going through only the basic stuff, the very basic stuff of career analysis from D1 to D10. Okay. So in natal chart or D1 chart, those are the 4 rules. Number 1, ascendant nakshatra and varna of the nakshatra, and we'll do this in the case study, so you will see all of this. Number 2, the lord of the ascendant, the nakshatra and the position thereof. Number 3, lord of the 10th house, that nakshatra and the position of that planet, whatever the planet is. Number 4, exchange of lordship consideration. This is dominant and plays out in many charts as well. Okay, we will see what that means. In D10, what are the considerations? The above 4 are for natal chart. In D10, number 1, ascendant nakshatra, varna, and the angle and the deity. Remember, we spoke of this in the entire 27 nakshatras, right? So, angle and deity we will be seeing actually in the actual charts of real people now. Number 2, the lord of the ascendant, nakshatra, position, and angle, and the deity. Okay, we'll have to see all of this and how this plays out, even just considering the ascendant lord, 10th house lord, angle itself becomes so complicated. You will see this. Number 3, lord of the 10th, nakshatra, position, and angle. You can see between the D1 and D10, the only difference is we have added the angle. Basically, everything else is the same. Exchange of lordship consideration, if at all there is any exchange of lordship going on in the D10 chart as well. Okay, there we go. So this introduction, I will stick it in each one of them. If you're seeing this for the second time or any other case, we just skip this part. Okay, these are the general rules we are considering. I'm not considering any other planets, any other points, just ascendant lord, D1 in the D10 chart, and the 10th house lord, nakshatra, position in the D1, and in the D10 plus the angle and the deity. Clear? Right, let's get into it. So there's the D1 chart of Miss N, the jeweler. Okay. Ascendant is in Rohini in 19.26 degrees. So what does Rohini provide us here? First of all, let's see the ascendant nakshatra itself, right? We have to look at nakshatras of each planet as nakshatra of ascendant, like we laid down in the rules. So what is Rohini nakshatra? Right there, the D1 ascendant, like you see, is about luxury goods and fashion, one of them. One of Rohini nakshatra's prominent characteristics being a Manushagana, it wants to deal with things which are human in nature. Luxury goods and fashion. She may have an eye for beauty, fashion, and aesthetics. They may thrive in careers related to luxury goods, fashion design, jewelry, or in roles that involve curating and promoting high-end products. It's exactly what she does. It's exactly what she does. This is right in the ascendant nakshatra itself in D1. We haven't even got to other parts of D1, let alone D10. Okay? That's the first thing you got to understand. The ascendant nakshatra, as you can see, is in Rohini, which is a Taurus ascendant. Okay. So next thing we got to see is the ascendant lord. Where is it sitting? What is the ascendant lord? It's Venus. It's ruled by Taurus, so it is Venus. So what is the ascendant lord doing? As you can see here, Venus, the ascendant lord, is in 4th house in Purva Falguni Nakshatra in 16.5 degrees. So lord of the ascendant is sitting in the 4th house. It is Venus, is your 16.5 degrees. So right off the bat, if lord of the first is in the 4th house, what are the general characteristics? Family and home are important to the sense of self. Bear this in mind as we go along. It's very important. She's got a lot of 4th house prominence. They may have a strong emotional attachment to their roots and may prioritize domestic life. Their identity may be influenced by their upbringing and family heritage. Also a home-based business kind of can be. We shall see. So the lord of the 10th is in 4th. Venus is a Brahmana planet which is sitting in the 4th house in Purva Falguni. So let us see in Purva Falguni if there is something related to what she is actually doing as a career path. There I have circled that fashion and design. May have talent for fashion and design. They may excel as fashion designers, stylists, interior decorators, graphic designers, in her case jewelry, or in roles that involve creative expression and visual appeal. Her jewelry is really fantastic. She does handcrafted jewelry, right? Custom made for clients, based upon their health, based upon the knowledge of the gems, what combination of gems you should wear. This is a highly, deeply esoteric and practical science. There are plenty of them doing that, right? So if you want to know your child's horoscope and how they are fond of jewelry or what they are doing, hopefully this video will give you a hint, right? That's the lord of the ascendant sitting in 4th house in the D1 chart. Now next we examine the lord of the 10th house. Yes, so what is the lord of the 10th house doing here? The lord of the 10th is in the 10th house, Aquarius being the 10th house for a Taurus ascendant. Lord of 10th, whenever it is in the 10th, it becomes really a powerful driver of career. 10th house being the house of the afternoon. The sun is shining there on that house, right? Is the peak of the afternoon, sun overhead, presence in the mainstream career, public life, so to speak. Home being the private life, 10th being the public life. So Saturn is sitting right there in the 10th place. Now what is Saturn doing in all of this? Yeah, Saturn, as you can see here, is placed in the 10th house. And what nakshatra is it carrying? Because nakshatras give the subconscious signature to the planet. This planet by itself does very few things, really. The lord of the 10th is in the 10th house. This is a powerful placement for career. These individuals are highly ambitious. She is, right? And she wants her business to prosper. That's the reason she came to me for consultation regarding some aspects of the business. Let me just put it that way without revealing much. So Saturn, Shudra planet, is in Purva Bhadrapada Nakshatra at 22.55 degrees. Now I must pause here. Why do I give angles even in D1 chart, you might ask? Well, look at whatever planet among the Lord of the Ascendant and the Lord of the 10th, whichever has closest to the Ascendant angle. Okay, just look at that. That might have an impact when you are doing your study, because it is close to the cusp of the Ascendant, right? There might be other planets which are closer, but we are talking about only Lord of 1st and Lord of 10th for career purposes. Even in D1, Venus has a prominence over Saturn. You see? You need to understand that. So Saturn in Purva Bhadrapada Nakshatra, the Lord of 10th in 10th. What does it have as Purva Bhadrapada Nakshatra? Does it have something creative? Oh, yes. Here, creative and performing arts. They may excel in the creative and performing arts, thrive as artists, musicians, poets, writers, in her case, jeweler, that involve expressing creativity through various artistic mediums. So, just in D10 chart, the Saturn itself shows, which is exalted in her case, and Saturn is a very grounded planet, so it wants to bring things in the form of earthly jewelry, sort of the fruits of the earth, if you might put it that way. Right? Lastly, to conclude the D1 part, the Lord of 10th in 10th house. One of the things which I have marked with an arrow over there is the characteristic of entrepreneurial spirit. Entrepreneurs. She is a home-based business lady and she runs this entire business out of her home, 4th house. They may have entrepreneurial spirit and could excel in starting and managing their own business. She does this very well. Driven by a desire to leave a lasting legacy or make significant impact. That is a lot of 10th in the 10th house, generally speaking. Now let us get into D10 chart and then see where that takes us. D10 chart of Miss N, a wonderful lady who's a jeweler, right? This is the chart. So in D10, she is a Cancer ascendant. And her ascendant is at 14.23 degrees of Pushya Nakshatra. Now remember, when we come to D10, we examine the angles carefully and the deities or the archetypes representing those angles. So 14.2 degrees falls in the 5th angle, 12 to 15 degrees, which is the Varna angle. So which stands for what? Excellent communication skills, adaptability, able to connect with others at work. So one of the qualities of entrepreneurs is to be able to connect with your client, yes? And she is a private entrepreneur, home-based business. So these qualities become dominant. You need to be able to connect with others. Pushya Nakshatra we shall see later. Let's just briefly see the D10 fully. Now the Lord of the ascendant, Moon, Cancer ascendant in D10 is once again in the 4th house. So we had D1 ascendant Lord also in the 4th house, D10 also in the 4th house. So right off the bat you got to understand there is a prominence of a home-based business, entrepreneurship, doing things with home, homeland, earth. Taurus is an earth sign. Just jogging my mind here. Family and home are important to the sense of self. They may do there as a domestic line of business. Okay. The moon, the lord of the first in D10 for her is the moon. And now it is sitting in 4th house at 20.8 degrees. What is 20.8 degrees so far as angles are concerned? 18 to 21 degrees. It's the 7th angle, which is Kubera, which is financially astute and a commercial mind. And moon is a Vaishya planet. It'll do very well in that because it is all about the money also. So she's a sharp businesswoman. This shows her characteristics in work, right? In her business. She's very, very sharp. She's business minded because the angle is Kubera and moon is a Vaishya planet. You've got to remember, whenever we talk of Vaishya planets, if it is in this Kubera angle, it automatically shines very well. Okay? Keep that as a general rule. The Lord of the 10th in her case, Cancer ascendant, so 10th house being of Aries, Lord is Mars, it is sitting in 7th house at 19.42 degrees. What does that mean? 19.42 also becomes the Kubera angle. As you can see, 7th angle is 18 to 21. So both the Lord of the first and Lord of the 10th are sitting in Kubera angle. And in 4th house, D1 and D10. Home-based business, full stop. Okay? Straight off, you can come to such conclusions. Lord of the 10th in the 7th house indicates a very professional business partnership kind of a approach. And she has business partners. They may excel in law, diplomacy, counseling. Now let's see the nakshatras. Okay, so we'll get a better idea about this. Pushya nakshatra is where she is sitting at in the ascendant. In Pushya nakshatra is a teaching nakshatra. It loves to teach, it loves to gain wisdom, it has wisdom, and it loves to gain wisdom also more and more. She loves to teach her clients about what gemstones and jewelry she's making also, not just sell it. Okay? Huge difference between just saying buy this and buy that, or buy the amethyst or buy selenite or whatever it is. But she knows what her clients' needs are. She loves to study them and provides a custom-made jewelry. D10 ascendant is in Varuna angle, so she has ability to connect. She has ability to connect with the client because Pushya Nakshatra is a Devgana. She loves to teach first. Education and training. They may excel in careers related to education and training. They may thrive as teachers, professors, and trainers. How does this apply, you might ask? In the D10 ascendant, well, she loves to teach her clients, like I said. That's her first inclination. Right? Now let's examine her Lord of the Ascendant, what nakshatra it is sitting in. Moon is sitting at 20.8 degrees in Vishakha Nakshatra. Lord of Ascendant in D10 is sitting in the 4th house, which is Moon, which is a Vaishya planet, at the financially astute commercial mind. What does Vishakha provide this lady? Financial investment and analysis. They may excel in financial investment analysis careers. So she has to be astute about finance by default because of this arrangement. Vishakha provides this energy of being financially savvy, so to speak, to her. That's important. Whenever you're doing business, you have to be financially savvy. Okay? Now let's head back. So the Lord of the 10th is now gone to the 7th. And in what nakshatra is it? It is in Shravana Nakshatra. Now let's see what the Shravana Nakshatra characteristics become. Okay. Right. Let's get that going. That's Lord of Ascendant. There we go. Lord of 10th. Now the Lord of 10th is also in the Kubera angle and it's in Shravana Nakshatra. So communication in media, she has her own YouTube channel where she educates people. They may excel in media related feeds, any kind of media related, social media. So she does her business also through social media, through her website, educates through her YouTube channel. So Shravana is playing out there. Healing and alternative medicine. Why have I marked that over there? Because she does more of new age kind of healing recommendations for crystals, gemstones. Her focus of mind is more on that. And Shravana Nakshatra is a Devgana. So it is inclined more to elevate people out of the lower realm, so to speak. Okay? That's what is playing out for her. Lord of the 10th in the 7th house. What does it call for? Career in collaboration. She is in a collaborative type environment and she's making it very well. In partnerships, she has partnerships with people, partnerships with companies, sponsors, and so on and so forth. Okay, so that is this lady's D10 chart. Okay, and this is how she's gives a hint of being a jeweler as a main career path. Okay, so if your child, for example, is more inclined towards jewels, he's tinkering with jewels all the time, fine jewelry, check the chart with these kind of hints. Okay, hopefully you will get something out of it. If you want consultation, my links are in the description box below. We shall take the next case study in my next video. Meanwhile, take care, be safe, have a good day.